Hey guys, welcome back to So Back Sports, and I'm so back with another video. And before we get into the official part of the video, I wanted you to take a look at Mel Kiper's junior mock draft. And what do you notice essentially? And you see right here, this is who I'm going to be talking about today in more in depth than people are giving him credit for, because Jayden Daniels in general has been under the radar for most part of the season, and even currently now in most mock drafts, because even though he's a Heisman winner, whatnot, like Caleb Williams and Drake May are still the top stories, and even Marvin Harrison Jr. is like going to be in the top 4, top 3. So, before we get into this video, I want you to please remember to like and subscribe and comment down below for more videos similar to this one. And this will really help me out in terms of my channel and helping it grow. So let's get into the video right here. So Jayden Daniels right now has proven to be a really solid quarterback prospect for the upcoming NFL draft. And I feel like a lot of people are kind of sleeping on him because, he kind of gets compared to a lot of quarterbacks because of his mobility. And let's look at his stats real quick. So pretty much he was in college for 5 years, 3 years at ASU and two years at LSU. And his recent year was his Heisman year. And as you can see, pretty much like throughout his time at ASU, I'm not really sure what happened in 2021, but apparently it didn't look like a good season. I think he might have gotten hurt maybe, but let me know down in the comments below what happened. But pretty much and then as soon as he went to LSU, his total interceptions was 7 interceptions, and he averaged of a rating of 208, 444. So overall, he has been electric to say the least for the LSU, and overall, like, he shows that. Let me go quickly down real quick. Like, his career long has been his best year, which is 85 yards total rushing touchdowns. Has been 10. Like, if you could look at his highlights, I wish I could put more of his highlights here, but I'm probably gonna get copyrighted for it. But if you noticed and watched a lot of his tape, you could see a lot of mechanics that Justin Fields and even Lamar Jackson have, because the way he holds the ball, the way he stands in the pocket, the way he runs out of the pocket is very Lamar Jackson-esque. And Lamar Jackson also won the Heisman too. So the comparison just keeps getting more and more. And in this video, I just want to kind of go over some like strengths than weaknesses of his that I've kind of noticed when watching his highlight reels online. And if you have the time during the day, please take the time to watch his highlights, because they are by far really, really fun to watch. And I think that he's going to be such a great talent coming into the NFL. And I feel like a lot of teams are going to sleep on him. And, I might be wrong, I might be right. So we'll probably just get into the strengths. Obviously his legs are a weapon, and he can just snap the ball and immediately go for like a 50-yard run for a touchdown, or he can use his arm talent and still place the ball relatively well for a big play. And throwing on the run is one of his specialties, and a lot of his key mechanics when it comes to throw is on the move. So it's like play action, RPO, like all stuff like that. Like, it's really fun to watch when it comes to that aspect of his game. And, deep ball accuracy is really, really good. I really am surprised when it comes to his accuracy when he has time in the pocket, and pretty much like can pinpoint accuracy for deep receivers in like go routes or seam routes and stuff like that. So now on to his weaknesses. And to be honest, like, there's really only like a couple weaknesses, I would say. Sometimes his ball placement when it comes to short and even like mid-range passes have been kind of inconsistent, which is kind of like backwards to say. Usually the deep ball is like the most, like, what most quarterbacks typically have tough time with deep ball accuracy, but mid to short pass game has been kind of inaccurate sometimes. and his mechanics and his footwork sometimes can be a little wonky because he ends up like taking a couple of the steps and taking too much time in his hitch and not being able to kind of like, because of that, it kind of leads the offensive line to not be able to hold still and let pass rushers get to him. And yeah, overall he's been schemed really well in LSU. He's done a really good job. And I feel like when it comes to the combine and when he show like a bunch of his stats and stuff, I think that he will prove to be number 2 or number even 3. Like, I feel like Drake May is good. It's just that he doesn't have like that athleticism that Caleb Williams has, or in this case, Jayden Daniels has. That's why I feel like Drake May is great, but like I feel like Jayden Daniels. I kind of agree with Mel Kiper, like, and it's not like all the time he's correct with this his analysis, but like I think that Jayden Daniels can be really good depending on the situation he ends up in. Say like he goes to a Patriots or like or any of the teams that need a quarterback. Like, I'm not talking about the Commanders, by the way, but if he goes like to that kind of situation, he can get developed really well. Not saying that it's guaranteed because it all depends on the personnel around him and stuff. But if it's just really just his footwork and mechanics, like small incremental changes to his mechanics, I think that he'll be a really really good prospect. And he'll be probably one of like the sleeper picks, like a CJ Stroud, when it comes to like being under the radar. And well, CJ Stroud was like the number 2 overall pick, like consensus wise. Like, no one really thought of him like over Bryce Young really in the media. And I think that this year is the same case when it comes to Jayden Daniels. Like, Drake May is good, but like I just like Jayden Daniels' game a little bit more. And this could be a very hot take too. Like, I think that Jayden Daniels should go over Drake May. But, you know, just watch the tape and you'll probably see what I see. And while he does have some inconsistencies, that's just normal with a lot of quarterbacks coming into college. And I feel like in the right situation, he will get those things fixed. I mean, if Lamar Jackson was able to end up in Baltimore and fix his issues, like, he can definitely do so. But there comes this thing like, oh, he's a running quarterback. He's gonna get injured. He's gonna do this, that, this. Like, it all depends on the situation. And he has a good arm coming out of college and has been consistently throwing. He threw for 40 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. If that's not good stats, I don't know what is. And you can say like it's based on the system he is. That's with any quarterback. If they're in a good system, they're going to thrive. So, I feel like 3,800 yards, 1,100 yards is no easy feat. I think he's like the first quarterback to ever even do such a thing in his career. Like, it's like I think he's like 12,800 passing yards, 3,000 rushing yards, and he's like the first ever player to get to that stat in his career in college. So, he had 5 years. He's well versed in college. He's not coming out for like 3 years or something like that. He's a little bit on the older side, I guess, but he will be, I feel like he will come into the NFL, learn a lot, and develop very fast in that sense. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think about my take, and I would like to hear what you guys have to think about Jayden Daniels or even the rest of the draft prospects that are in this class. So leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.